Real. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Well, here is the very first live stream where you actually get to see some of the faces behind this channel. We've been around for 3 years, and we've been hiding behind the camera up until this point, and we said, this is getting ridiculous. It's time for us to maybe jump out from behind the cameras and meet you guys.
We're way too good looking.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know if this side of the camera is our best side, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
that's true. So, welcome.
We're glad that you're here. We're glad you're watching. And we're going to be putting these videos in their own feed on the channel. So if, we've already scared you off and you've decided this is not really what you're into, you don't even have to watch it. See? But,
so we need to introduce ourselves. Who are you?
Oh, my name is Murray Williams. And, I saw one of Brian Fitton's, not to steal his identity, but that's going to be Brian Fitton when we get to him. I saw one of his videos where he shot. We're getting a little bit of audio from the computer there. Oh, it's.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
You're somehow watching yourself.
We're live.
Look at that.
I was like, I think that's on your phone, bro.
Oh wow, that's.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and close that right now.
just go ahead and close it. That's a great start.
Yeah.
See,
It's our first
you can tell.
live session.
Yeah.
Complete professionals. But I saw back to the story. I saw a video that Brian had done, and I was like, "Oh man, that's exactly what I want to be doing." They shot a band here in the room that we shoot a lot of our videos in, and I got hold of Jason and I said, "We need to do this thing." So I'm Murray, and that's kind of how I got involved. Oh yeah,
Toss to Philip.
Toss to me. Catch. I'm Philip, and I am friends with all these guys. They're a great group of guys, and we know each other just through different work and church and other related stuff. And I just kind of jumped in when they said they were going to start doing this, and I love music. I'm a musician myself, so this is a really fun way for me to see other musicians perform and kind of get a free concert, and also be able to exercise my creativity. So
We forgot to talk about day jobs. What's your day job?
So I actually own a small creative company where we do videos for clients and design work for clients. And then at night I actually play in a band as well, but we just do cover stuff.
Right.
Not on the channel yet, but...
You would think.
Hey.
Well, yeah.
you would think.
Maybe someday if you keep us.
I have to write a song first. It's kind of a thing that most of the bands here are singing their own stuff.
For sure. And Philip?
I'm a full-time photographer, and so I do a lot of commercial photography. I do some weddings and portrait stuff as well. A little bit of graphic design, and that's pretty much what I do. At night, I don't play in a band. I chase kids.
You chase
around
your
the
kids
house,
around. Yeah, we all chase kids around.
do dishes, that sort of thing. So
Good
it's
stuff.
fun life.
I'm Brian Fitton, and so Jason originally called me over to his studio to actually shoot some. Actually, I think we were supposed to just shoot some photos, and then I ended up doing some video stuff too, and that's kind of, like Murray said, kind of kicked the this thing off. But I have a photography company as well. Do a lot of video mixed into that, and some creative work as well. So kind of all in the same fields, I guess, and so that's what makes this a lot of fun.
Turns out if you're going to shoot video, you get camera people to...
You need a camera.
You do need, it helps.
Camera shoot still camera shoot video nowadays.
That's true.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
It is true.
Right.
In fact, it's exceedingly rare that we actually have a video camera at any of our shoots. We shoot almost exclusively with still cameras that shoot incredibly beautiful video because, to get into video cameras that give us the flexibility of changing lenses and other stuff like that, we're going to be dropping some serious dough. And, we've been lucky enough to shoot some pretty incredible video, and we've done it all with, still cameras.
Yeah,
For sure. Tell us who you
are. I'm Jason. I own and operate Red Barn Studio full time. This is a recording studio. We just had a band in here tonight doing a live session with them, and mainly focus on that, but get to hang with these guys and shoot video and be creative behind a camera instead of kind of a console every now and again. And we've just kind of all found each other. We all like each other, which helps. and we get along really well.
Sometimes.
And nobody steps on anybody's toes, and it's just
Well,
a really great,
if we step on toes, we forgive each other
it's
pretty quick.
very quick forgiving, and it's just a good crew to work with. And like I said, it started. We're going to talk about how it started.
Yeah.
Like,
So
bring that
going back to that thing where I saw Fitton's video that he and Jason kind of threw together at the last minute. The band was incredible.
Yeah.
And they played this R&B tune, and maybe we'll put a link to it in the show notes if we remember. But it's really cool. You can get on Brian Fitton's YouTube page. It's still there.
It is.
And,
they were called the Old Fashioned.
The Old Fashioned. Go back and watch that video. It's awesome. I watched it, and at the time, this is about 3 years ago, and I was maybe a couple of years into owning my own company, doing creative work, and what I noticed is a lot of people who are professional creatives, especially in the visual field and the design field, they tend to sort of be lone rangers, and a lot of times guys will find like a tool or some sort of angle on how they get things done, and then they're terrified that somebody's going to find out what that tool is and steal it, and so they get to be real isolated, and it was kind of a bummer. I wanted to collaborate with other people, and most people that I talked to who were doing this, they weren't interested in collaboration, and it's kind of lonely that way because like I said earlier, I'm also a musician, and if you compare like the visual arts with being a musician, you can't really do your job without collaborating with other people. I mean, you can sit out with your guitar and sing or whatever, but it gets a lot better when you bring in other people. And something happens when you get together as creatives and you're open and sharing and everybody's bringing what they're good at. All of a sudden something unexpected and beautiful happens that couldn't happen any other way. And I wasn't getting that in the visual arts.
And I think the relational foundation was already there too, because me and Murray have known each other for a good long time. Had a little break where we didn't see much of each other, but we kind of came back together and known Philip for a long time and B-Fit for a long time too. And so when we all kind of like started hanging out and creating, and you know, Murray directs or I direct or somebody will call shots and nobody's getting their toes stepped on.
No.
And it's just a great environment. I think the band picks up on that and they really perform their best. Yeah. It's just fun. Just fun.
Well, I was going to say, it's just honestly kind of coming into this atmosphere and kind of being one of those guys that like to work alone because you don't know getting out there because you don't know what you don't know in this field, and so you don't want to look stupid or whatever else. And so I think even just coming into this environment, I've learned stuff. I mean, we've all kind of shared our best practices, and that's kind of unheard of in the creative space. So it was a lot of fun, and it still is. I mean, what's awesome now is you can walk in and we know kind of where to go and what to do, and I enjoy the detail shots. I really enjoy a lot of, picking and different things like that. That's kind of where I gravitate to, but we can all bounce around from different to do different things, and that's what keeps it fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Doing these team things get really fun when you don't have to explain everything. You know the team, and everybody kind of finds their spot. We're still not afraid to ask each other questions or like, I'm having trouble with this thing. This is not working on my camera. What's going on? One of the things that was also fun that I wanted to get out of this, these silos that we were in, is to also be fearless in our ignorance. And what I mean by that is not be afraid to go, you know what? I have no clue how to do this, because somebody in the room is going to know how to do that. I mean, when we first started, we were teaching each other how to white balance our cameras, which if you're a video person, that's like camera 101. But it's like, here's how you white balance a camera.
But every camera's different. So
Yeah.
Sony or a Canon, it's like, how do I do the custom white balance and take the picture of the piece of paper? And
well, that's
we got there.
You said that first video, like how much you loved it, because I look back now, I watched it the other day, and I'm cringing. The band is still amazing, and the audio is still amazing, but whew, this is just stuff that we put out since then. Obviously, puts that to shame, and so. But I think that's every creative. The first picture you take, you look back and you think it's so amazing, and 10 years later, you're like, oof, that was rough. I'm surprised anybody like that. But anyway,
and I think between all of us, even in our respective professional fields and our day jobs, like we don't feel like we know it all, and we're very open to learning from each other. And yielding to somebody else, going, don't do that. It's not working. Don't do that shot, whatever. And so it's just healthy.
Well, and we've been able to throw different people in here too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just been us, and we've gathered other people, and people have hopped in and joined us and kind of flowed with us as well, which is awesome too. That kind of speaks to the group. So.
Yep.
And it's fun because, like I said, I don't want to feel lonely. I like having a group of creatives who, even outside of the videos that we create for the channel here, you guys are my pull list whenever I have other jobs, and so
yeah.
I don't know.
We've all worked on other projects.
Guys,
with
I
each
just
other,
love
which is really
everybody
fun.
in this room.
Just have a hug fest, guys. Hug it out.
Hug it out.
So anyway, to the videos now.
What do we need to hit on next, Murray? You got the agenda here.
Yeah,
What
we
do
do
we
have an
We do
agenda.
have a rundown of what we're trying.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this. A little bit of vision behind what we're doing tonight. We've talked about it a little bit, but I want to make sure that you're clear with what we're doing. We could have just kept on just making music video after music video. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. But I've found that a lot of the YouTube channels that I've started to really fall in love with and subscribe to, I like hearing the stories behind it. I like seeing the creatives behind it. I like seeing their face, even if they're not great professional video creators. I don't know. There's just something about hearing the story and seeing who's behind it. And I guess the other thing is I want to eliminate any myth about this channel. I mean, we're 4 yokels from Arkansas who like to make videos.
I'm from
and
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm
well,
from Oklahoma too.
we live in Arkansas.
2 yokels.
But at any rate, we're not these video superstars. In fact, it's exactly the opposite.
Yeah,
We're
that's
finding
good.
our way in this thing.
Yeah.
And we've put together some videos that I'm extremely proud of, and we've put together a channel that anytime I'm sitting with a client or meeting new people, it's like, hey, you really need to check out my channel. It sounds self-absorbed, but it's not because I want to look good. It's because together
We're proud of it.
yeah, it's
And
awesome.
It's like a new baby. You want to show it to everybody. You want to show grandparents want to show their
Gotta see the
friends
You gotta
the
see the
baby
baby.
picture. So I'm always showing the channel too.
Her name is Red Barn Studios.
Isn't she beautiful? She sounds great.
so-
By the way, we were gonna come up with another name, and we never did, and that's okay because this has been awesome. It's just kind of we were like maybe we're just too lazy to think of something else.
We
some
did
pretty-
try.
We had a
some
number of
horrible names,
brainstorming
though.
sessions where we weren't able to come up with a
We
fancy
just
name
kinda
for ourselves. and
Called it what it was, and it's fine.
There you go.
It's fine with me.
Anyway,
What are we talking about next, Murray?
Well, the other thing is that's kind of how the thing got started and how the idea came about. I was just hoping that you guys would be excited about it too, because I thought this is going to be awesome. I want to make these videos. This is great. And I was hoping that you guys would think it was great too, and I got lucky there. The other thing about the video, about the channel is every single one of the videos that we've taken, I think we're mid-70s at this
70s.
point. We've shot even more than that because we have some in the can ready to be loaded on the channel in the upcoming weeks, along with some that just never made it.
Sure.
But every single one of those videos is a live take by that band. We're not lip syncing videos. We're not
Auto-tuning.
not auto tuning. It's a live performance, warts and all, with all the humanity and the reality of that performance. Because another thing that kind of happens that I notice is people try to make sure that everything is absolutely perfect before they release it. And to me, this is just my personal take on it.
Preach it.
Some of the beauty is lost whenever we manufacture our version of perfection. It's uninteresting. It's kind of boring. I'm not talking about sloppy, horrible stuff. That's not what I'm looking for. But this live take with a wart here and a blemish there, but it's passionate and it's real, it's intimate, it's happening right here. That's what I was hoping to capture. It's hoping that we would capture in these videos. So I'm very proud that every single video that you see on our channel is legit live performance.
And there's a point in every live session, and you guys speak to this, where we all look at Murray because he's done it so many times. Say, "All right, Murray, talk him down." preach to them, tell them the philosophy behind this channel, and it's always like we're all like filming, just going, man, that take was great, and then they end, and the guitar player's like, rah, da, da, da. We're like, no. This is great. Once you add the video and the audio, and it's produced and done, it just translates so much better than. And they're never going to get a perfect take anyway.
And I've even noticed that I'll go back and listen to some of these artists on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, and I enjoy the more real take that we do. And Jason's amazing at audio anyway, but just the simple fact that
good job, Jason. You're just
way to go, Jason.
Super awesome.
There are
at
some
this.
that Jason's terrible at, but we still anyway. But it is one of those things where the rawness of it really translates, and then all of a sudden. That's the favorite that comes out of it. And I've known several people that'll say, yeah, I'll go to the video to listen to the song rather than the Spotify. Not to say anything against the other
the video
studios,
the video that has the most views on our channel right now is Isakov, Gregory Allen Isakov, and we're going to let the cat out of the room.
Eldrick the cat, studio cat needs out, and we don't want to keep him
no litter box in here.
when he wants out. Gregory Allen, listen to when his vocal comes in. That is basically untouched. That is a moment in time where the band was playing and singing to just. It sounds.
And his live album is
so
great.
Good.
I'm a huge fan of his live album, but there's something that happened in that live performance that it's just warmer and more human. I don't know. I don't know if Gregory agrees with that, but or Mr. Isakov, but
Senior Isakov.
He's a good guy too. That's always fun too. I've noticed
meeting
the bigger acts that we've worked with and the bigger names have always been very gracious and pretty cool, except for the one right before.
We're not gonna go into people who have mistreated us.
We love everybody.
That's right.
We love everybody here at Red Barn.
To your point though, the biggest names that we've worked with have been the most gracious and most down to earth and most. If we ever had any sort of attitude, it's usually the guys who are fighting really hard to get noticed. You know, they're really nervous about looking bad. The guys who've sort of made it, they I don't know. I go into those shoots feeling like, we have cameras and we're gonna shoot. And
try not to say anything.
You try not to be an idiot
out there and just kind of do your thing.
And then we're setting up for Nick Offerman, name drop. And he walks in and goes...
I'll get that for you.
Yeah, just pick it up. He walks in and goes, I've seen your guys' stuff. It looks great. And we're all like...
that was
a good moment.
That was a good compliment.
All right, enough talking about
Let's
us.
watch a video. We need to watch a video?
Are
we there?
Absolutely.
Are we there?
So one of the things that we thought is we're going to do this maybe once a month. I don't want to commit us to any time crunch now. I mean, we may look back at this and feel very uncomfortable about it. But we're leaving it on the channel, whatever it looks like.
We look like that on TV.
I need to lose some weight.
Suck it up.
This is too human.
We want to watch a video.
Exactly. We want to go back and look at one of the videos and talk about it, kind of talk about the shoot day. And the first video that we're going to talk about is a video by a local band called Smokey in the Mirror. And the guys... Well, it's a...
Let's play it and then we'll set it up.
All right.
We'll talk about
Good enough.
I'm gonna cut to that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there ain't no grave that can hold my body down. There ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Look across the river. What do you think I see? I see a band of angels, and they're coming back for me. 'Cause there ain't no grave that can hold my body down. There ain't no grave that can hold my body down. Well, look over yonder, Gabriel. Put your foot on the land and see. Now don't you blow me a trumpet. 'Cause there ain't no grave.
Turn the audio down a little bit so you can just talk over it. Remember how great the light was that day with the overcast?
Yeah, it's
the
perfect.
Georges has these great windows that are letting in. I love that shot right there.
And it just feels like a honky tonk. I mean, it is a honky tonk, but you know, we had been shooting videos in the studio up until then, and you know, we were kind of worried, are we going to be able to capture the magic whenever we're out? And we got finished with this video, and goodness gracious, it ended up looking really cool.
Well, and I think even this, I mean, it worked out better, I think, that this happened rather than not anything against the other band, but this was a lot of fun, and we obviously got to know Brian and Bernice pretty well after that, and have worked with them several times since then, obviously. But yeah, it's amazing to see talented musicians just kind of walk in and then just do their thing, and you just sit back and you just document it. Like they did a true one take.
Yeah, we did 2 songs I think in 12 minutes flat.
Yeah,
with a little reset, and
we kind of looked at each other and
like,
said, I think we got it. I think that was good.
Did you get your shots?
I thought it was good. I feel good about that.
It was over, you know? It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah, whenever you have a band who's been touring and just has all these songs in their back pocket, it doesn't take 15, 20 takes. You get it on the first one.
And so in an interesting situation where we thought we were working with one band, you know, doing audio on site is kind of nerve-wracking for me because I bring everything out of the studio because I don't want to get stuck, and they added the electric guitar player last minute, and ended up we loved the video, and Brian and Bernice were like, hey, what after the fact they said, why don't you guys come do this at the Roots Festival? And we were all like,
exactly,
heck yes.
So absolutely. A lot of the videos that are on our channel are shot at the Fayetteville Roots Festival, where Brian and Bernice, they're the ones who put that whole festival together.
Produce it, yep.
And, you know, it was because of this day where they were gracious with their time. We shot the video, and it turned out nice, that it started a relationship that, you know, goes on till this day, that has really opened up an opportunity to do some really, really fun, interesting things. It's a lot more than we could have ever dreamed.
And there's the end of the video. Cut back to our shot.
Look, we're back. So Ain't No Grave by Smokey and the Mirror. I'm sure they're on Spotify, and you can download them on iTunes. You can get the CD from It's That and the Other Place. They're worth checking out. They're extremely good. But but yeah, that's our hope. I don't think this first video tonight's gonna be a long one. But
we're 22 minutes in. We're looking good. We just wanted to show some faces and the people that create behind these videos. Now we're up to in the 70s. We feel like, you know, here we are. This is what we do. We want to talk.
Fun, hopefully, to see the faces and maybe hear the stories behind the channel if you're into that sort of thing. But
so what are we going to do going forward? What's the goal with this thing?
So going forward, I think we're going to do a couple of things. Obviously, this could completely change. We may be 22 episodes into this thing, and our format has changed completely, and you went back to see what the first one looked like, and now it's a hilarious thing that we completely changed it. I'm open to that. That's what's great. Fine. But our plan at this point is to, maybe bring in an artist who was in a video, talk to them, and kind of get a little bit of the story behind the song. Maybe even talk about shooting on the day. We maybe get some insights about who knows what we'll hear. They
might be like, you guys were complete idiots and jerks, and we were like,
fully expect that to
Yeah.
Do we really want to open that can?
We'll pick and choose our guests
wisely. How satisfied were you with our services? 5 stars. Okay, you can come be on there.
Out of 15 stars. But hear from them just a little bit, and then maybe go back and take a look at a video from the past and talk about shooting on the day or that sort of thing.
We could get technical. We could talk about our technique, a gear talk.
Yeah.
I mean, we might go different routes with this channel. We just want to get something besides a live session on the channel for people to kind of click through and see what we're all about.
Because I have a sneaking suspicion that obviously there's probably music fans who watch stuff on our channel, but I bet there's probably other shooters out there who are kind of interested in, well, how did you guys get started? What do you use? How much does it cost to get started?
Yeah.
How can I start a channel like this? I hope there's 10, 15, 20 channels that bloom on YouTube that look exactly like ours because you like what we're doing. I'm not afraid if you're in Wyoming and you start a channel that looks exactly like this, and you guys are highlighting the music in Wyoming or some other part of the country, because we're focused right here in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
These are the bands that are right in our backyard, and we think they deserve to be heard and seen because we've got a lot of talent in this area. And I'm sure there's a lot of talent in the area that you're in, and we'll talk about some of the tools and techniques and what we were afraid of and our utter complete failures, how we fell on our face. But you can do this if that's what you want to do.
Is this the part where... No, go ahead, Philip.
Just don't call it Maroon Stable Live Sessions.
Yeah.
Maroon Stable.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I was just going to say, is this the part where we start talking about politics or not?
No, I think we're going to
Is
say
that not a channel?
for another channel.
That'll be
not
next month.
No politics zone. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else to say, guys? We're 25 minutes in. I feel like this was a good flow.
Yeah.
Anything else from anybody? Speak now.
Or forever hold your peace. Well, tell us what you like, what you didn't like in the
let us know
in the comments, and
And if
we
you want
will
to work with us too. I mean,
Yeah.
If you're a band watching this and you're passing through, reach out. Jason at redbarnstudio.net. I filtered through the guys. We'll set up a shoot. We love working with people out of state, passing through. It's just fun meeting artists and other creatives in the area, and all over the place. So we love it.
True. Cool. Hey, thanks. Seriously, thanks for all the support. It's been awesome. You.